deal reached between the president and Democrats to reopen the government, at least for the next 3 weeks. So why today and why now? According to a White House official, the massive delays we're seeing today at several major airports across the country did play a key role in the president's decision. The delays, direct result of the shutdown thanks to staffing issues with air traffic controllers. They are the men and women working without pay to keep our skies safe, responsible for all of the planes you see in the air right now. They are the eyes and ears for pilots on the ground, juggling countless flights each and every day in an extremely stressful job. So with me now, Trish Gilbert, the Executive Vice President of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, and Air Traffic Controller Jim Marinitti, who is also Southern Regional Vice President of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. So first and foremost, thank you so much for what you do. You know, we were talking just quickly, just for perspective, if you take NyQuil, you can't be an air traffic controller for 2 days. That is how on point and how much of a perfectionist you really have to be to do this job. You guys saw the president's announcement, the applause at the White House for the government reopening for 3 weeks. You called this irresponsible when we talked the other day. How did you feel about watching the president today?
I was relieved. I was relieved to hear that the men and women are going to get the support structure that they need back in the facilities. We're going to start hiring again, training again, getting our people paid first and foremost, figuring out who really is going to leave the profession, who we can get back. I'm concerned it's for 3 weeks. I hope that they've seen that the harm that they've done, not just to the aviation system, but to this country with all of the other critical components of government being partially shut down, they don't do it again in 3 weeks. I hope they never do it again. We need to figure out a way that that doesn't happen. I don't know what that looks like, but this can't happen again.
What kind of harm has been done in 35 days?
There's been an immense amount of harm on such a large, we are the largest, safest, most efficient air traffic control system in the world, the gold standard that everyone else looks to. And it's going to take some time. The FAA Academy in Oklahoma City has been closed for 35 days. Those are classes that are going to be hard to make up. The hiring, the training that has not been accomplished will be difficult. The ripple effect for that, it could take years to catch up. We were just catching up the 30-year low of air traffic control staffing in this country, working collaboratively with the FAA to make this work, and this has really set us back.
Have either of you gotten any indication, as the government will be reopening for 3 weeks, when the controllers will be paid?
No, I mean, we have a great relationship with the FAA, our employer, and we've been in constant conversation with them about making sure that we keep the system as safe as we can during this shutdown without all the critical components that we were missing. And I think they will do everything they can to get some money in the pockets of the people that have been working since before Christmas without pay. So we count on them to give them something, and then we'll figure out all the details later, because there's going to be a lot of pieces to put back together to get things back to normal.
So with all the pieces still not together, when will you all be sort of back to normal, like all running full speed ahead?
Well, running full speed ahead is a relative term. It's not just air traffic controllers. There are aviation safety professionals all across the country, and we have to think about the contractors that have somewhat been ignored through this entire process that we rely on inherently to help us through various modernization projects, technological projects.
Who won't be getting back pay?
No.
That is a true statement. So there's going to be a lot of, it's going to take a true collaborative effort to move this forward, and let's do it the right way. I do believe the relationships that we have built over the past 8-10 years within the FAA show promise for us moving into the future, but it's going to take some time. The next several months will be key.
You mentioned this off the top, just last quick question. How worried are you that we are going to be exactly where we are in 3 weeks? Or how hopeful?
We can't be there again. We have to be responsible. We have to figure out a way to get in the room together and work these things out. We cannot hold people hostage while you try and work something out. Whatever the issue is, they need to be leaders. They need to be leaders.
You feel like workers have been hostages for the last 35 years?
Absolutely.
Your face just told me all I need to know.
Absolutely, Brooke. I mean, a crisis was caused where there was none 1 month ago, and it was done on the backs of federal workers in a safety-sensitive position where we are expected to be right. We save lives every day, and to play with the public trust like that just really isn't fair to anybody, and it's not safe.
Jim and Trish, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.